Yo, what's good? Yeah, welcome back to Pass the Sticks. I'm your host, JB. Yeah, usually I say joining me as always, but today, some technical difficulties got the fellas out. But man, what a busy day. Switch 2 is out. Well, not out yet, but it's announced. And we're gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. Tokyo Swift might be joining us if the technical difficulties get better. Um, Wave will be back next week, and we gonna get his thoughts as well on the Switch too. But for right now, we rocking with just me right now. But aside, I want to let y'all know. So make this interactive. Be in the chat, yo. So let's not bury it, man. Let's just get right into it, man. The Switch 2, man. I'm actually gonna start by I want to talk about the pricing before Tokyo, and if Tokyo Swift is if he gets here, we'll get his thoughts on as well. But I also want to talk about the pricing on this Switch. So let's actually I'm gonna share my screen real quick. We're gonna jump over to this right here. Um, I want to talk about this. So when it comes to the Switch, we know what we got with the pricing, right? We know that we got the Pro controller right here. Let me make sure this can be seen. We got the Pro controller right here. If y'all can see this, if y'all can't see it, let me know. But we got $79.99 for that, which I'm already kind of like it's a little expensive. Nothing crazy, but we got $79.99 for the Pro controller, brand new. It does have the extra buttons on the back. You can see it right there. Zoom in. Got the extra buttons on the back. Got the brand new C button for like the chat feature and everything. $79.99, if you ask me, is kind of steep, but that's right in line with what the other Pro controller was. So, I'm very interested to see what goes on with that in terms of, the USB-C charging comes with it. Like I said, has that C button, the HD Rumble 2, the motion controls as always. Everything else is pretty much, standard, except for the fact it does now also have an audio jack excuse me, because we are getting that game chat that people have been talking about forever with this. Let me know what y'all think about $79.99 for the brand new Pro controller. Again, that is standard with what the other Pro controller costs, but I am curious of your thoughts. Just not thrilled, but also not mad at the Pro controller. Yeah, for sure. And if y'all just joining me, welcome. We talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 basically the entire show. Was impressed with what they did with the direct today. That's not always the case with these showcases that these companies do. So let's take a look at the next thing. The Joy Cons, right? Because you got the Switch. If you've been playing the Switch for a while, the Switch Joy Cons, they go hand in hand, right? So you get the left and right Joy-Con for $89.99. Now I do not remember, to be honest, what the original Switch cost for the Joy-Cons. I know eventually they came down to $79.99, but it looks like we're getting a increase with $90 basically plus tax for the brand new Joy-Cons. And of course they come with the straps, right? But they do have that mouse control, right? You can use them as mice now, like a computer. Also with the HD Rumble 2 as well. The new C button for the game chat. $90, man. Nintendo is taxing us. They putting stuff out, but they also taxing us right now. I'm not even gonna lie. The charging grip. Obviously a lot of us, who play Switch, we have these around the house. $35 for this. Again, a little more expensive than what it was on the original Switch, but nothing crazy. You charge the Joy-Cons as you play, especially a lot of the games you play in handheld. This says it also features the GL and GR buttons on the back, which I think is kind of cool. That's not just a feature of the Pro. If you see it like right here, right there, GL, GR. If you break your straps, if you got kids and stuff, you break your straps, $13 for a brand new straps. I'm not mad at that though. That one I'm not mad at. The Joy-Con wheels, aka the Mario Kart wheels, not really my thing. I really don't care about that personally, to be honest at all. But $20 for the brand new, for a set of two wheels, play Mario Kart up to 24 people now. But obviously, if you're playing multiplayer, you get a set of two for $10 a piece. I'm not mad at that. The camera, So not only do you get voice chat this year, we also get video chat. That's a big thing to me because I think it's a dope feature. We'll see what they did with the video to showcase how that works. But with video chat, you can use this camera that Nintendo sells at $50, or you also can use, if you want to, you can also use the a USB-C camera you may have lying around. Now, that doesn't mean not every camera is going to work. That's probably the key thing. Not every camera is going to work. Sometimes, like for example, I have a Sony. I forgot which one it is, to be honest, but that one would work because it does have USB-C functionality. As long as it has functionality with USB-C, the camera should work. Worst come to worst, Nintendo Switch camera, $50 right there. You zoom in over here so you get it. You get a decent look at it. That's how it looks. Has a stand, and it connects right into one of the two USB-C ports on the Switch. Look at this picture right there. You kind of see how that looks right there. There's now a USB-C on a port on the top and a USB-C port on the bottom as well. So very interested in how that looks. $50. Let me know your thoughts. And the dock itself, right? So the dock does come with the console, of course, but for whatever reason, if you want a second setup, if you want to replace the dock itself, $110. I think that's pretty standard. It might be a little higher than what the original Switch was, but again, not the biggest increase. Carrying case, $35. Now at this point, I feel like this is kind of taxing, but that's Nintendo. It seems to be their game plan this year. And all-in-one carrying case for the system, so basically all the equipment, $80. I'm not taking my Switch 2 out the house at all, so I'm not worried about that. The Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter, if for whatever reason, if you need a second one, $30. Standard, whatever. I'm not tripping on that. And of course, the micro SD Express cards, you can no longer use the old ones you have for your original Switch. You're going to need the Express one. Nintendo is not selling that specifically, but that's not going to be too hard to find, to be honest. Now, when it comes to the actual Nintendo Switch 2 itself, it is out June 5th officially. But before we get into the price of that and everything, let's see what this chat's saying. Jess said, not thrilled, but also not mad at the Pro controller. Yeah, that's pretty standard. I'm not tripping on that. She also says that Joy-Cons are steep, but I think it'll be worth it with the new features. Hopefully drift Joy-Con drift cannot be a problem. Hopefully they tested this 1,000 times on each controller they manufactured so far. Just said the carrying case has a screen protector too, at least. Yeah. Like I said, I don't really play the Switch handheld a lot. Majority of the time it is docked, but I do want to check out some of the new features with the handheld mode. So we'll get into that. When it comes to the Switch, we'll get into the trailers and stuff like that if you're just joining. But when it comes to the pricing, let's see, where's that pricing at? Let's see, shop Nintendo. We're just live on the website right now. Hardware. There it is. Nintendo Switch 2 plus the Mario Kart World. That is the new Mario Kart. We're looking at $500 US for that. Nintendo Switch 2, just the system itself, $450, which I initially did guess it would be $450, but then I ended up backtracking and saying, maybe they'll do it at a $399, maybe even $349. But to be fair, I was not aware of what they were cooking up with the hardware itself. So I think it's fair. Look, the PS4, the PS5 digital was $449.99. Series X is $500. Series S is still, hovering around $299, $250. But I don't know, man. So Andrew, was good, bro? What's good, man? He said, I'll splurge on the console. It's the game prices and the very unattractive games deals they have. That's what I was going to get into next before we got to the trailers. Let's get over here to the actual games. Mario Kart World is one of the games. We're going to look at the trailer and everything. The website is live for it. Some of the features, of course, it's a whole world map. We'll let the trailer explain it itself. but brand new game modes. But this is what everybody's talking about. Just so for those who are not familiar, when it comes to this game, which is kind of crazy. There it is right there. Available. It is a launch title. I know we were kind of wondering, we kind of figured it would be, but that right here, $79.99 for Mario Kart World. Bruh. Not the deluxe edition. It's just $79.99, an $80 base game. And if they do what they did last time, when they do the DLC, that'll be part of the expansion pack that a lot of us already have. So we're talking $80 for a base game. Now, we know back in the day, Nintendo would do this just based on the manufacturing cost of the cartridges and everything. You had certain games that'd be $89.99, most games around $49.99. But Mario Kart World, $80 out the box. Now, some people, I did see some say, I thought this was interesting, that the reason why this would be $80 base is to kind of get us, program us to buy the bundle, right? Because if you get the console for $450, you get Mario Kart World with it for $500. Anybody's sake of math, you just go ahead and go get the bundle, right? Which I definitely will, because I'm getting the game regardless. However, $80 for a base game for somebody who can't get it at the same time. Charging $80 for a base game is not something I wanted to see. The reason why I'm saying this is because I feel like if Nintendo can do it, then just about everybody else can, right? That's going to be the thought process. If Nintendo could charge $80 for a base game, I feel like more people will. And that's what I'm afraid of. And when it comes to that, I don't care if the game is fire or not. I really don't care how good it is. Charging $80 for a base game is crazy. See the chat saying. Just said, they heard about GTA 6 and they were like, oh, we could do it. Yeah, that's how it feels. That's how it feels. Andrew said, when I see new games costing more than the collector versions of said games, yeah, bro, it's kind of crazy. 0 days without mentioning GTA 6. Well, if all else stays the same, we are in the year of it. So I'm very curious how that's going to work. But I feel like they're not doing every game base. The reason why I say that is if we go back to this page right here and we go to another new first-party game, Donkey Kong Bonanza, which will be out July 17th. First off, the game looks super dope. We'll take a look at the trailer as well. The website is wacky, just like Donkey Kong is. It's kind of crazy how this, like... There it is. And then the price for this one is $70. So now we're at a base game, right? So now Xbox games, PlayStation games, usually we see that $69.99 price tag. Very curious though. What are your thoughts on this, man? Let's see. Jess said we need that on the shirt still. Absolutely. Tokyo Swift, who's on the chat right now due to technical difficulties, said Nintendo was charging $80 for Mario Kart 64 when it first dropped. That is true. Like I said, Nintendo has always done basically though certain games cost more. Then they kind of got into where more uniform. Most Nintendo Switch 1 games, I believe, were $59.99, and then Breath of the Wild was $69.99. So again, it's just the fact that look, man, it's a game that they know everybody's going to buy. Everybody in their right mind is going to buy Mario Kart World. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, one of the highest selling games of all time. But I feel like this is the play right here, right? The play is this. They know everybody's getting Mario Kart World, probably at launch. If you get a Switch 2 at launch, you're getting Mario Kart World. Let's cut the shit. They're thinking, let's charge $449.99 for the base game. Let's just do the bundle at $500. Everybody's going to drop $500. And they're right, because I am. Like I said, when I first saw the $449.99, I'm like, cool. I thought the bundle was going to be like $520, to be honest. But it's Nintendo. They're going to win. But yeah, man. So I'm very curious on that. But for right now, let's get what are your thoughts on the launch date as well? Let me know in the chat, y'all. What's your thoughts on the launch date itself, 6.5. So basically, we're just over 2 months away. Andrew said, Tokyo So said with the bundle is $30 less than getting the game by it's a no-brainer, man. It's a no-brainer. Now I can understand if they put like Cyberpunk, which will be on the Switch too, right? If they put that as like a bundle, at that point, I'll probably just go ahead and get the Switch 2 by itself. But when it comes to Mario Kart, a game we've been anticipating for a long time now, of course everybody's gonna buy it. It's a smart play. Andrew said, I'll grab it when the emulator installation videos drop. Then I'll have all the classics on there without paying the fee for the old. I got you. I'm not mad at that. All right. So that's everything they got on the shot real quick. A bunch of the videos and the trailers and stuff like that, the design and everything. I'm going to play the trailers and stuff like that. I'm curious of your thoughts. So just put it in the chat. We're not just, watching it, just blindly watching it again. I'm very curious what y'all think about that. So let me play this and then we'll see what y'all think. A lot of this we've seen already. So we got the console itself showcasing Mario Kart World. Now that we know the name of it, Andrew said GTA 6 on Switch 2. I've actually heard, not at launch, but I heard that could be a thing next year. Now I don't know how it will look or anything like that, but we'll see with that. So I'm very curious how powerful it is if it can hold something like GTA 6. There's Donkey Kong Bonanza being shown. Obviously, you still play the Switch the same way. You could dock it, you could handheld mode, or with the stand on the table and everything. The screen is bigger. I think this one is a 7.9 versus 6.8, if I remember correctly. As it's going to go into it right here. You said beating up hookers on the go. That's crazy. You'll be on. So yeah, the cool part is right here, man. This is something I want to highlight right there. The fact that it's basically a bigger screen, but it's the same profile, which is cool. And then high def screen, they doubled the amount of pixels. I believe it's 1080p now, handheld mode, 4K when it's docked for most games that support it. Certain games by Nintendo, you're not going to need the 4K. Let's be real. 120 frames per second though, handheld and docked. That's the cool part. For of course the games that support it. So if you're just joining us, put your thoughts on the chat. It don't gotta be about what's on the screen right now. Anything revolving around the Switch 2.
Of the images.
Joy-Cons, of course, magnetic.
The all-new Joy-Con 2 controllers connect magnetically. Strong magnets keep the controllers firmly attached to the system. Detach your controller easily by pressing the release button on the back. The SL and SR buttons are bigger for greater comfort and control when playing with the Joy-Con 2 held horizontally.
They're also made out of steel, so that's how it connects to the magnets. I thought that was very interesting and slick the way to do it. The buttons itself is made out of steel. Andrew said, serious concern. What will the weight and hand to console ratio be? It sounds like it'll be a little uncomfortable just adding a small amount and up in the size. Interesting. So like that was my issue with playing the current Switch, right? I'm not saying I have the biggest hands in the world, but sometimes I did feel like the Switch, like the current Switch was a little small. So I'm actually excited to see what that kind of feels like. But that's interesting. Yeah, I'm curious because like we know the Joy-Cons got a little bigger. So I thought I'd probably like that, but I'm curious. There you go right there.
The left and right sticks are now larger. Each Joy-Con 2 controller can be used as a mouse,
there it is,
opening up even more ways
right
to
there.
play in compatible games.
There it is right there, showcasing Metroid 4.
Both the left and right Joy-Con 2 support mouse controls,
I like
so
that
you can also play certain games using two mice, like this.
I have small hands and I hated using them that way. Can't imagine how it was for other people. Same, yeah. See what Tokyo Swift said. Tokyo Swift said we was using the Game Gear in the 90s. That was like 500 pounds. The Game Gear with 2,000 batteries in it, right? Also, I think the mouse feature is so cool. Yeah, again, Nintendo just being innovative, man. That's like the cool
By
part
adjusting
about
the
it.
audio balance between the ranges,
Better
sounds
sounds.
from the built-in speakers are clearer and
Supposed to
more natural in
simulate that
handheld
3D
and
sound.
tabletop modes.
This is one of the things right here that's built in.
It has a built-in microphone, so you can voice chat with friends anytime via game chat.
I just want to say, game chat is now a thing with the Switch. So the Switch is now on par. Switch 2 is now on par with the Xbox 360 with voice chat. Welcome to 2005.
It also uses noise-canceling technology
With noise
to filter
cancellation.
sounds, so your voice will come through clearly. Even if you don't have a surround sound system, games can be enjoyed with more immersive, three-dimensional sound.
We said, okay, explain that mouse feature, like computer desk style keyboard. Maybe I'm overlooking this. So there's a game that basically, let me see, that you put the Switch down on its side and you kind of scroll. Let me see if I can like scrub to where that part is on there that showcases that game. Let's see. There it is right there. Y'all can tell I take my time in doing this, right? Let's see. Here it is. Hang tight, Andrew. Just like that. You see how he has it down like a mice? You can still click the buttons. This is a new game that utilizes the mouse feature. Like wheelchair basketball. But yeah, you can only play this game utilizing the mouse feature. Dragon Drive is what it's called. A lot of people are calling it wheelchair basketball. Not mad at it though. Let me know your thoughts on the mouse functionality, other games you think it'd be cool for. This is something I hope it don't cost too much money. It's something I like to play. I don't know if I wouldn't drop $80 on this though. That's the problem with when games start costing this much. Said what in this world? I said that looks crazy. Yeah, so another thing that they could use it for, let's see what Jess said before I show you what else it's for. She said that game looks fun, but I feel like my arms would burn pretending to turn those wheels. Yo, that's hilarious. So another game that they said that, you know, that this could work good for would be let me show you.
And we have even more news from 2K.
And it's already the
Borderlands.
Hyrule Castle?
I believe it was Civ. I believe it was Civ that Civ 7 I think is coming to the Switch at launch.
And quickly
Customization.
And I think you could use it for that as well.
Comes to Nintendo Switch 2 on launch day
Hang tight.
or on the go. Get ready to
Also play stream downloads and more
There it
natural
is.
in handheld and tabletop modes.
Said wheelchair Olympics.
It has a built-in microphone, so you can voice chat with
Yo,
friends
I mean, it's one of those
anytime
games that
via
I know
game
is gonna be
chat.
fun.
It
I know it's
also
gonna be
uses
fun.
noise
I'm just
canceling
worried about the
technology
price
to
and
filter sounds,
how much a lot
so
of these
your
base
voice will
games
come
cost,
through
man.
clearly.
They could still sell games at, you know, $39.99, $49.99.
Even if you don't have
I'm
a
cool with that.
surround sound system,
I'm not paying
games can be
$70 for a
enjoyed with
game
more
like that.
immersive, three-dimensional sound, as
Check
if
the
it were
sound,
coming
though.
from
Check the
all
sound.
around you.
on the console. Supposedly, right? That 3D sound.
Place your Nintendo Switch
Showcasing
2
the
however
new
you like
stand.
with a large, sturdy stand. You can move it freely, like this.
Similar to the OLED
In addition to the USB-C port found on the bottom of the system, there's one on top as well. It's handy for connecting a USB-C camera or charging in tabletop mode.
What is that game called? Yeah, curling. Yep, curling. Yep.
Nintendo Switch 2 comes with 256 gigabytes of internal storage, 8 times that of Nintendo Switch,
Which is
for
clutch.
storing your game
Not buying a
downloads,
third version
save
of
data,
Simpson.
and more. Reading and
man.
writing data is also faster.
The new dock, 4K support.
Use the Nintendo Switch 2 dock to connect to your TV and enable up to 4K resolution for compatible games. HDR is also supported in TV mode.
Again, welcome to 2020s with that in terms of like
The Nintendo Switch 2
4K.
dock has a built-in fan that keeps your system cool. This helps keep performance stable.
cool with that. Like, I'm happy about that. Like I said, personally, it's not the end of the world for me. I don't really like. I've never had a problem with my Switch. You know,
On Nintendo
Overheating.
Switch 2, you can play Nintendo Switch 2 games, as well as compatible Nintendo Switch games. Physical and digital games are supported.
backwards compatible. Launch date. Let's get into the games.
All right, let's keep.
So this goes right here into game chat.
Introducing Game Chat, a new feature for Nintendo Switch 2.
2005.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hi, missed you.
With this feature,
With a twist.
you'll be able to communicate with friends and family while playing a game.
Should we follow you? Yeah?
Yeah, follow me.
Okay.
Off for an adventure.
While using the Game Chat feature, your voice is recognized by a microphone built into the system.
Oh, okay. But you're still behind me, right? All right, let's keep going. Okay. So
It can pick up your speaking voice clearly, even from a distance.
Look at this. Jump on here. All right, let's keep going. It's coming. Let's make a left right here. Let's make a.
When it's noisy,
Not with my kids. Like, this is one of those things that I'm sure it works great. I'm sure the noise cancellation works amazing, but I'm still gonna have a headphones with a mic, man. Like, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I can see this going completely sideways if live chat, like virtual game chat. I know, yeah, I thought about that too, bro. I thought about that too, especially when it comes to the camera being involved. But it is a cool twist.
around you, your voice will still come through clearly, letting you
said-
chat with ease.
How did you get hit by a boat? Okay, nice.
It does look beautiful. It's so pink.
And you can use this feature in handheld mode too, letting you easily chat with friends and family.
Handheld makes sense.
If you open the chat menu and turn on game screen sharing,
Good job, good job.
That's what
There
the
we
C
go,
button
there we go.
is for. can,
you
like,
can also share
screens
your
in real
game
time.
screen.
Did you see someone just like go on top of that dinosaur?
Really? They can do that?
Can do it?
You guys, I just did it.
Oh, I want to do it too.
Oh, shoot. Oh, ooh.
Oh, he's trying to eat me. He's trying to eat me.
Okay, I got it. I got it.
Oh, no.
Yay.
And I saw some folks already mad saying like the video was lagging on like the sharing. I'm like, yeah, but at the same time, like voice chat cuts in and out on Xbox and PlayStation. You know, like it's not going to be perfect because obviously it's going to depend on your internet, of course. So, but as long as it plays smooth, if your internet is good, that's all that matters. I do think it's a cool feature though.
Okay. You can chat to your heart's content, even while playing different games.
I
Yeah,
think
I
that
know
feature is
that
cool
one.
right
So
there. The
hard,
fact
right?
that you could
It's
do
tough.
it if
Oh, wow.
no matter what
I'm,
game
like,
they're
in the
playing, so
sky
you
right
can
here.
see.
I'm like,
Like they're playing
I'm falling,
Super Mario
Okay,
Wonder.
we got it. We're safe, we're safe.
Kirby, look, you're on a star.
That's so cute. So cute.
You can adjust the size of your game screen. Guys,
It's good.
I'm lost. Like,
Where'd you go?
or expand another friend's game screen.
Say something real quick to make sure I can hear you. No, I can't hear you. But yeah, yo, they did. But this game sharing thing,
Yeah, maybe I should turn on the mic.
yeah, it was good, man.
What
So
up?
before we even get into like more of the stuff announced, just what are your overall thoughts?
Nintendo came out spraying. Like, Nintendo came out spraying, just to let y'all know, bro. Like, Nintendo came out spraying. Nintendo said, yo, like, rumors of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. Like, say, look, let me show you how to do this, son. Like, it's like, they came out that direct. It felt like it lasted like 2 days, man. Like, it's like, yo, like they just kept coming like with more stuff. I'm like, yo, I thought y'all was just gonna just show, hey, look, this is the consoles coming out on this date. This is the price. Yeah, come buy it. They said, nah, fam. We got all types of games for you, man. What you want, man? Like, it's like, yo, like I'm going broke this summer because it's like, like all of it is an instant cop, man. Like, all of it is an instant cop, man. Like, it's like nobody asked them to do any of this. Like, and they just came out spraying. I mean, like, this is like, I hope Microsoft and I hope Sony was taking notes. Like, this is what you do when you launch a new console.
Right.
Like if you ain't got a bunch of new games coming out, not like, oh, just ports, but new games coming out for the console, don't release the console. Don't release it. Like, I don't want to play Final Fantasy VII again, or like or The Last of Us, you know, like, or something like that. I'm like, look, man, like, give us new games. Like, this Mario Kart Worlds looks fire, absolute fire. Like, it's because it basically, you know what it reminded me of, what I was thinking about it. It reminds me of that Forza game. Like the one in Mexico. It's like it's an open world, like stuff like that. And, oh, now you can just join in a race. Like, it's like that, but from Mario Kart. That's insane, bro. Like, that's insane. 24 like people in a race. That's OD, man. Like, it's like, yo, it's it's going to be fire. And like you were saying before, because I was in the chat, I'm like, yo, it's an instant day one cop. Like, people like, oh, well, it costs this much or whatever like that. It didn't, to be honest, it don't matter what it costs. Like, you're gonna get it in either sooner or later. Mario Kart is one of the highest selling games mainly of all time. Forgetting Nintendo, for a reason, man. It's just a game that it's like at one point it's like you would just assume it just came with the console. It just magically showed up in your gaming library, right? Because it's like, yeah, so it's like, yeah, of course you're gonna get it, man. I'm like, yo, like with the whole the online thing, they finally came into like 2007 now, like with the internet like features and stuff like that, because like the stuff that should have been there, the voice chats, and like I get why they did it, why they didn't do it. I mean, Nintendo's always been the more family friendly, and like they saw those Xbox live game lobbies like back in 2007, 2008, and it's like, yo, that's toxic. It's like crazy toxic. I'm like, yeah, we don't want to do all that, man.
Right.
So it's like I get it from that standpoint, but it's like, yeah, like, come on, guys, like people want to get game with their friends. Like, it's the internet age now. Like, people want to get game with their friends. So like, yeah, like this. I mean, like I said, the only miss, I don't know if we're doing it right now, but the only miss that I've seen in this entire direct is that the tech demo game is you got to pay for it. I'm like, why would I pay for a tech demo game, bro? Like that, I'm gonna play one time and then like, okay, I understand this now, and then not play again. Yeah, it better be like $5, bro. Like, it better be like $5.
We'll get into that real quick though. Andrew said, anything you're looking forward to specifically though, like obviously Mario Kart. We'll put that one aside because that's obvious. But
right. Honestly, that Donkey Kong game is looking fire. I kind of want to play that. I want to play the Metroid Prime, especially with the mouse controls now. So I'm like, yo, they just upgraded their controllers. So now, like, because all the PC players, like, that was their biggest gripe. Oh, well, controllers aren't as accurate as a mouse and blah blah. So I'm like, bro, I mean, now, like, what's the excuse now? I mean, like, I will obviously we got to see how it works. But I mean, like a point and click on Metroid Prime 4. I mean, that's insane, man. So yeah, and then like the GameCube games are coming to the Switch 2. I mean, like I said, there's like I have an easier time pointing out things that I don't want, like that I didn't like rather than what I did like. Man, I'm like, we don't have enough time to point out all the things that I didn't like.
I got you.
Oh man.
Also, shout out to Andrew, said hunkering down for the tornadoes out there in the Midwest. Be safe.
Oh,
definitely
that's wild, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
be safe.
man. Like, like don't get blown away, bro. Like, not before the Switch 2 come out, man.
But one thing I wanted to get your thoughts on, Tokyo, so I'm glad to start working with the thing. Is this right here, man? So obviously we know the power is up now, right? So as they say, now we're playing with power. So now, of course, we get enhanced versions, as they said, of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. So and they add in the Zelda notes. So I'm curious, like, as you know, one of the biggest fans of both of these games, does this make you want to go back and get it? We don't know what the upgrade packs cost yet, but is this something that you'd be willing to play?
I'm definitely immediately. Like I was one of like I didn't think that like enhanced visual. I thought the visuals were already amazing, like for the Switch. So
right.
Even better now, and it's like, okay, look, this is the go play it again.
Yeah,
I'm with that. Any excuse that I need to go play these games again, like I'm on it, man. Like it's like even if there's like, hey, we added one new shrine up, guess I gotta play the whole game again. So you know, so yeah. So I mean, I'm already with that, man. I'm like, it looks fire. It looks absolute fire.
And then, of course, right now on the screen, we got the Metroid Prime 4, which, you know, will be out this year. And like Tokyo Soul said, 120 frames per second, whether handheld or the fact that this even has a performance mode. Now, again, we've seen performance mode for years now on the other ones, but I feel like it just hits different, right, when Nintendo has it, because we know the game is going to be good. A game like this, first party, we know it's going to be good. So, but the fact that this has a performance mode, 120 frames per second, I feel like this could be really dope, man. I was already looking forward to this. I'm gonna be honest. Now with that, what's the point of getting the Switch One version?
Yeah, like it's like there's like the Switch. I mean, I like the Switch. Like I think I was on record by saying the Switch is probably like. Everybody was like, "Oh, where's the Xbox versus PlayStation?" I'm like, I was on record a long time ago saying the Switch blew both of them out of the water in that generation. So I'm like, so I mean, but yeah, like the Switch is done for me. Like the Switch is done for me. Like the Switch can ride off to the sunset. Like I mean, like yo, like on some like that'll do, pig. That like that'll do, man. It's like, okay, look. Lay it down. We're gonna put the Switch up into the Hall of Fame like first ballot, and now it's time to move on to the next round, to the first round draft pick right here.
Right.
It's like yeah, I mean like it's like this is, and I'm glad that because they. Updated in every single way. This is what you do. Like when you come out with a new console, you know, you don't just. I mean, the new graphics, the upgraded graphics are nice, but you don't just like, oh, well, look, this got better graphics and a slightly higher processing power. Like so now you can see that puddle more clearly. Nobody cares about that. PlayStation, like so, like yeah, like oh, well, ray tracing stuff like that, and stuff that people don't even know what that means. It's like, look, man, make the game better, make the system better, like make everything like because they heard the fans, they like everything that like every problem that people had with the Switch, they came out and addressed it. Oh, in tabletop mode, you can't charge the system because the outlet is on the bottom of on the system. Now they got one on the bottom and on the top, so now you can charge it. Oh, I didn't like sliding the Joy-Cons in or not because it was kind of difficult sometimes. Now they just magnetically click in and off now. It's I mean, the Joy-Cons were a little bit too small. Now they're much bigger. I mean, it's like they took all the criticism that they had, the little bit of criticism that they had for the Switch, and say, you know what, we're going to turn that into our strong points.
Right.
That's what you do. That's what you do when you're coming out with a new console.
And again,
the only notes. Right, exactly. They took notes and they understood the assignment. Like the only bad thing that they did with the console is that they didn't name it Super Nintendo Switch 2. Which it will be referred to in my house as the Super Nintendo Switch. That's the only thing. That's the only thing you need to do. Super Nintendo Switch, bro. That's it, man.
So one thing I want to get your thoughts on, man, because I know when we covered Split Fiction, and we'll talk about that as we do the weekly shows. But one thing about Split Fiction that was dope was the buddy pass, right? You get one copy of the game, somebody else can play that. Now with Game Share on this, you could do that with, so far it's just one game that they announced, but you could do that now with multiple games, right? So as you see on the screen, the Switch 2 has the game, but you could also play it on another Switch 2. You can play it on the original Switch. You could play it on, you know what I mean? I think that's so dope. You know what I mean? I'm not saying every single game is going to have that, but just the fact that it's a feature, I think is super cool, man. Because that's something we gave a lot of credit to Split Fiction for, the fact that this is something cool, man.
Right, because It Takes Two did that as well. And it's and it's something because I think that's going to be their justification for raising the base prices of these games, is that, look, man, oh yeah, sure, it's $80 or $90 for this base game, but only you need to buy it, and then y'all can share. I can share the game. So so if you share between two people, it's you're only paying $40 for the game. So I mean, I guess So I get it from that standpoint. That's probably what we're gonna be doing in my household, because again, the Switch is the first console in history that you need more than one of in a house. So so I mean, so that's probably what we're gonna be doing in my house. So it's basically cutting the prices of games in half technically, but I mean, other than that, I mean, it's gonna be fire, man. I mean, and I'm glad you brought up Split Fiction, because that game's absolute flames. If you guys haven't played that, then you're hustling backwards, man. Please go play that. Go play that with with your wife, your husband, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your sister, your aunt, your cousin. Play it with somebody, man. That game is so fun. That game,
and it's so also a launch title on Switch 2.
Yep. Yeah. It's going to be a game that's going to be fun on the Switch as well. I'm look, man, play that game. Because I'm almost ready to play to run that back for my second play through myself. So I mean, that game was fire.
Now that you're here, man, I want to get your thoughts on Mario Kart World, right? So obviously it's not the name, it's not Mario Kart 9, it's Mario Kart World. And one of the features is, with the Grand Prix and stuff like that, it's you literally complete the race and you just go on and drive to the next race with that free roam, right? You drive to the next race. There's no loading screen, nothing like that. So, all right, you won that race. Now go get ready for the next race. And there's also a mode, I think it's called Knockout, where basically the race don't stop. You just keep driving through the worlds. I think that's super dope. What's your thoughts on that?
That's fire. I mean, I'm running out of adjectives, man. So I'm gonna keep saying it's fire. I mean, it's a way to immerse yourself in the game, immerse yourself in the world. It's like, okay, now it's like it's not like TV magic anymore. It's like, okay, we're at this, like now we cut to the loading screen and now we're all magically somewhere else. Like now you get to see what's behind the scenes. Oh, how do these people getting there to the next race? You know, how do you start the next race? You know, how people are lining up and like and all that. Like it's gonna be so much fun. Like this game is gonna be so much fun. Like I mean, let me put it like this. Like, it's not that I'm a Mario Kart fan, but it's like at the same time, it's like there's nobody who's not a Mario Kart fan. Like it's like, like everybody likes Mario Kart. It's so much fun like that. Like it's just automatically like when you see Mario Kart, you're gonna play Mario Kart. So it's like even as like somebody who's not a Mario Kart fan, I'm hyped to play this game. Like I'm gonna play this game a lot. Like I kind of want. Like, that's why I was kind of upset. Like because of all the other games coming out. It's like, look, there's too many games coming out. I can't give the proper time because like this game is gonna be deep. Like because that's the thing about Nintendo games. When they come out, there's no day one patches or like oh, we need this DLC to complete the game or something like that. That game's complete from day one. So it's like, you know that this game is going to be deep. Like we're going to be like 2-3 years into this life cycle, and there's still going to be a YouTube video something about things you miss in Mario Kart World and stuff like that. So I mean, like, you know, this is going to be a deep game, man. It's like, so like, yeah, I kind of want the time to dive into that. But like I said, like they came out spraying, like you don't have any rest. Like there's no rest. Like it's like the games just keep coming. Like even like the new Donkey Kong game, that's not a launch title, quote unquote, but it's coming out literally a month later. So like, so it's like, yeah, so it's like, yo, it's going to be a crazy summer, man. It's going to be a crazy summer. And Nintendo's like they're ready to shoot. They're ready to shoot because they still don't have a launch date for Metroid Prime 4, but it's coming out this year. So it's probably going to come out around like the holiday time, which is where the Pokemon game is coming out. This Kirby game, I believe, is coming out then. Like I'm like, it's like, this is crazy. This is crazy.
It's crazy because like of everything we've seen, the only thing that had a 2026 date was that exclusive FromSoft game, which the fact that there's even a exclusive FromSoft game,
which looks wild.
Yeah. So like I'm very curious.
Like about other way. Like that game was crazy. I'm like, are you a vampire in that game? Like it looks like you're a vampire. So like like it looks like you're a vampire in that game. Yeah, in this game right here with the wheelchair, it's giving me Rocket League vibes. Like it's like I think that like people are gonna look at this game and like, oh, this is so simple, it's so basic. Like just like they looked at Rocket League and they're gonna realize they're gonna look up and they're still playing it 10 years later. Like it's like this is gonna this game is giving me Rocket League vibes. Like I'm ready to play that. Yeah,
man. So yeah, I'm same. Like thoughts on Elden Ring. Remember, people were saying there's no way it'll be able to run Elden Ring, right? It wouldn't be able to run some of these more powerful games. What's your thoughts on Elden Ring coming with a special edition for the Switch 2?
That right there, it just tells me like the graphical power that they went all in on that. Like I said, like Nintendo, they heard the fans, they listened, and they say, yo, you know what, like hold my butterbeer pretty much. Because like, look, fam, like, because like speaking of butterbeer, because the Hogwarts Legacy is coming too. So I'm like, they like, look, bro, like we're coming with the graphical power, man. And because when you have that graphical power, you get to run more games. And I'm like, things like that is like, you got to understand, like, this is what makes the Switch a better console inherently over like the Xboxes, over the PS5s and whatever, because you can play it at home and then you can pick up the console and take it with you. Right. I'm like, I already see myself on the train playing these games, like playing Elden Ring on the go, like
Right.
what? Like it's like, come on, man, this is like this is going to be, and then I like the fact that not only are they like they're not just porting these games, but they got like special edition, like they got new special edition Street Fighter, special edition Elden Ring. They got new stuff for Hogwarts Legacy. They got new stuff like they got like there's not new stuff for Split Fiction, but like they got a revamped. For the motion control trolls and stuff for Split Fiction. I'm like, come on, man. Like it's going to be like this is like this direct was like 11 out of 10, like for me, like 11 out of 10. I tell you, the only thing that they only messed up twice. One, charging money for the tech demo, and two, not naming a Super Nintendo Switch. That's the only misses that they had.
Yeah, like I've known about Damon Ex Machina, right? But even when I seen it, I was like when I saw it this morning, I was like, yo, that looks interesting. You know what I mean? Like, again, to play handheld, right? 'Cause sometimes I don't always got time to sit on a couch and play some of these games, especially ones that take a little longer to play. But if I could walk it around the house while doing other things, with now that's what makes you wanna play it. Like, like I said, Split. Like for those who haven't played Split Fiction yet, super fire.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Right. Well, yeah. The one. What are you doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
It will be available
because honestly,
at launch.
As of right now, that is the way too early game of the year. Like that's the way too early game of the year right now. I mean, like there hasn't been another game that came out this year even close to that game. That game is so fire.
I want to get your thoughts on this too, man. So now it looks like EA Sports is ready not only to put FC on there, but Madden is back on there, right? And I'm sure eventually will come the college game as well. So again, when it comes to the power of it, the reason why Madden's dropped off because it just couldn't hold up, right? But now with the power of the Switch, now like you said, that Hogwarts, we're seeing like some of these games come back. And not only that, EA put out a press saying like they were excited to have Madden on this new Switch, which means they already know the power of it. So again, I know I rag on Madden, but it's probably a little more easier to play Madden when I can walk around the house, right? Walk around the house playing Madden. Hogwarts Legacy with a special edition. What's your thoughts on that, as well as the Tony Hawk game? Would you get that for Xbox, or would you get that more for the Switch too?
Honestly, like now, like because it's looking like I'm getting it for the Switch, like because it's like usually what I do is that if everything's equal, if a game is coming out on multiple platforms, I'm 9 times out of 10 I'm getting it for for the Xbox, just because it looked better graphically. Yeah. But now that the Switch 2 is coming out with with better graphics and stuff like that, I'm thinking about getting for the Switch, because I mean, like again, like you said, I can.
Looks like you might have froze.
I gotta get on the train or the bus or whatever.
Okay,
I got my Switch. I mean, yeah. Uh-oh.
Yeah, looks like his picture froze. Can you hear me?
That was a me thing.
Can you hear me?
I think that was a me thing, because like I'm like I can hear you, like my internet never came back. I'm actually hotspot like off my phones.
Got you.
Like and my phone is seemingly not up to the task. It seems like so like it was fine before. I tried to go to a different window to look something up real fast, and they was like, nah fam, you gotta stay here. So guess I'm not doing that anymore. But but yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm like, it's like the fact that you can just like the portability of it. It's like that's the one thing they were missing. Like it was like the power, like the graphical power. I mean, like now that I have that, I mean, now some of these games that I'm just getting for Xbox, now I'm going to get for the Switch, especially because I know that like it's probably going to come to Game Pass anyway. So I mean, I'll buy it on the Switch, wait till the Game Pass version come out, because I mean, like there's so much like Hitman, like I've been talking about Hitman for a long time, man. Hitman, like those new Hitman games are absolute fire. Yeah, I like love the fact that like now you can play because hopefully they change it up so you don't have to be always online, especially with the portability of the Switch. You may not always be connected to Wi-Fi, so hopefully they're gonna change that always online portion of it, so I don't have to be always online to play it, because that's the one problem that I always had with the Hitman games. You always got to be online. So yeah, I'm excited to get back into the Hitman series with that. The new 007 game. I would like to see what that's going to be, because I was telling you, there's a new 007 movie got announced. So I mean, so the Project 007 like that, I'm sure that is just a placeholder for the title. So I mean, because I don't know right now if it's going to be a movie tie-in game, because it probably is going to be a movie tie-in.
And I can't even lie, usually I rag on stuff for getting announced years ahead, right? Or being or it gets pushed next year. Now it's take your time, because they cooking up so much stuff that it's right now I'm not even gonna have time to play it anyway. So it's especially because you see all these games coming out left and right, and you still got the staples that everybody play, right? Call of Duty, the basketball game, the football game, the college football game. Those are all staples people going to take up time anyway. And then, as far as I know, still Grand Theft Auto 6 is still dropping this year. So it's the amount of when do we have time to play all these games? But it's a good problem to have, right? It's not like last year where everybody playing the same 2 games all year because there ain't nothing else dropping. So I'm actually the Yakuza, again, this is just something else that I can sink my teeth into while in handheld mode. So I'm actually it's too much. It's almost it's just too much games. It's too much games. You don't you're spoiled for choice. Yeah. And then a lot of these games, it's launch. I'm bro, nobody could. Here it is right here, Tokyo Swift, the new FromSoft joint. It looks like they're vampires. Am I right or wrong? No, you're right, because so much so I thought it was Castlevania. I thought it was Castlevania. Yeah. So I'm very curious as to how this plays. It's FromSoft, so we know it's going to be a difficulty spike. We know the game's going to be good. So by the way, I was looking up the price. So the price, the price for the Switch 2 is basically the same dollar amount as yen. So, but because of the the conversion right now in Japan, it's only going to be $338. For the Switch 2. So I'm let's go, bro. Let's go. Saving $100, right? I need those Jamaican air horns in the background. Let's go, bro. Let's go. So I mean, not that it mattered. It was an instant day one copy. Well, but this dude is eating people. He's definitely a vampire. So I mean. I'm I'd like to see more about this. I mean, it looks fire because people watch. I already know, I'm sure it's just so Sony fanboys, and probably even Xbox fanboys. Oh, well, these graphics don't look that great and blah blah. I'm stop it, bro, stop it. It looks fire, especially for a Nintendo console. You've never the words 4K and Nintendo have never even been in the same sentence before. So I mean, this is this is going to be fire, man. This is going to be fire. Yeah. Yeah, like and like for people were talking about the graphics. Sorry, you can't see the shadow on dude's neck, like when he's swinging when he's swinging his weapon. Like sorry, like
Right,
that I
right.
don't
It's like,
care, bro. Like
like
yeah,
it's like yeah, like the weapons look cool, but what about that raindrop over there? Like I can barely
right.
see it. I'm like, it's like, fam, like stop it, man, stop,
Yeah,
stop.
like so. Also, like when it comes to some of these games that were already out, right? We talked about Zelda, but also the Kirby game. So I played the Kirby game. I thought it was excellent, The Forgotten Land. But once again,
Right.
the fact that this kind of makes you want to go back and play it because now they're implementing some of the new features of the Switch. It's not just, hey,
Right.
play this, it looks a little better, right? Like we get on
Right.
Final Fantasy all the time for that, right? You're gonna play
Right,
Final
right.
Fantasy 7, but it's gonna look a little better. But this one, it's like they took their time, was like, okay, how could this game have been better on the Switch too? Well, with these features, we could have done that. So let's do it then. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Let's
do
yeah.
it. Like
So
the
yeah,
mouse
like,
control and things like that in this game. It's like they, like you said, they literally heard all the complaints, all the wishes, and they was like, all right, well, let's do it. Then it's like, instead of being like, well, let's cook this up for 2027, right? 2028. It's like, put it out now. Like, we so
Yeah.
hyped right now. There's no talk of Smash. There's no talk of 3D Mario. There's no new Zelda game yet. We here.
Yeah. And it's wild. And it's wild because it's like, because honestly, like, I don't, it's one of those things like, I think a Smash, a new Smash is going to come. But
I agree.
eventually, I mean, because it just makes like, I know Sakurai said that he was done, like, but I mean, but it makes too much money. Like one, it makes too much money. That and plus, apparently Sakurai is not done because he's coming out because he's coming out with the new Kirby game.
Right.
So I'm like, so I mean, so he's clearly not done. So like, so I mean, yeah. So he's clearly not done. So I mean, it's only a matter of time. And plus, like, but the thing that people had like, oh, it's not just oh, well, it's a new system, so new Smash. It's not that. It's the characters, like the main characters, they got to come out with new games. Like that's what drives like the Smash, like new Smash. So, for instance, like when GameCube came out and a Melee kit came out, Mario Sunshine came out. Like the last Metroid came, 3 came out, which is insane. The Wind Waker came out. Yeah, so things like that, like, oh, like the last Star Fox game came out, so like, okay, or like the Fire Emblem games are coming out. So now, like, okay, now everybody got new games. Smash. Then for the Wii, Super Mario Galaxy, you know, things like that, like more like, okay, now we got another other one. And then even for the Switch, after a while, came out, Mario Odyssey, new Pokemon games, I obviously Luigi's Mansion, you know, things like that. And okay, now Smash Ultimate. So now, but we're seeing that now. It's like I feel like we don't even ask for another Smash until you see the next Mario game. Like until you see the next main,
which is more than fair.
Unless you see the next main Mario game, like Smash is not like, it's not even on the horizon. All right, like, so, but because that's the thing, like they got a new Kirby game, a new Metroid game, like. Technically, sort of, kind of, they do have a new Zelda game with the Hyrule Warriors coming out, which looks fire by the way.
It does.
Let's see, we like got a new Pokemon game coming out. So I'm like, the gang is starting to get back together now. Like, so like they're coming out with new stuff. So yeah, so I mean, so because that's what they wait for, because Smash is just a commercial, like for all those other games. Like it's really just a commercial for all those other games. It's a playable commercial. So like I mean, like, and then that's why they highlight like in the Smash Ultimate now Link has the Champions tunic from Breath of the Wild. In Smash in Melee, Mario now has that spray like hose thing, stuff like that. Yeah, so I mean, like it's like they're waiting for those games to implement new things. So it's like they're gonna wait. Like so, like again, if you're a Smash fan, rock out on Ultimate for just a couple more years because it's not coming. It's not coming anytime. I don't expect, like, honestly, if I had to put a date on it, I wouldn't say until at least 2027. At least, like, we wouldn't even hear anything about it until then.
I'm gonna ask you a question, and it's partially me just being petty though. I'm gonna ask you this question.
Right.
Ready?
Right.
So, what are your thoughts on the fact that with the GameCube now on the Switch Online, now you could play the proper Mario Strikers?
Yeah, like I saw that, I peeped that, and I am ready for it. I'm like, honestly, I mean, like, so the one that came out on Switch, it's not a bad game. It's not a bad game. Like we put that, it's not a bad game. It's fun. It's cool game. I like what they did with it. I feel like they did a little bit too much from it. Like they kind of strayed away. There's too many new features, too many new things. So I mean, I would like to see them go back to bit. Basically, I mean, but like I said, it's not a bad game.
Yeah,
but it just didn't capture the fun of the first Strikers games. Like for me,
that's fair.
I mean.
And
it just didn't
overall
thoughts
on the GameCube. The GameCube with the online expansion.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it like this because there's a lot of bangers that came out on a GameCube. Like there was like I'm surprised that I didn't see Smash Melee.
Yeah, same
on there though, because that's what people have been like. Melee is one of the most pirated games of all time. Because Nintendo refuses to like re-release the game, like because like I mean, obviously as a collector, like the Melee game, it's like you like a couple $100, so I'm like so it's like so people like use emulators to play like because like on like tournaments they still use emulators. They're like, oh, Nintendo doesn't like you to do it. Oh, like well, fam, release the game. So I would have thought that. I'd be like, hey, look, guys, we got here's Smash Melees, so you don't have to pirate our game anymore. So, but I guess it's still a pirate's life for them.
I still think they might. I think it might be something we see at like a holiday direct or even something next year. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be a big. deal when that happens.
Now that they have the GameCube one, like now they don't have any. They don't have any excuse to. They don't have any excuse.
So yeah. So the next thing I want to get your thoughts on, man, like a little more details, is Donkey Kong game, right? So when I first saw it, like I said, I initially thought Banjo, but then I was like, okay, maybe it's the 3D Mario.
So did I.
And then it wasn't until like literally right now when they went underground and I saw like that right there, I was like, okay, I think this is Donkey Kong. And this game looked fire, man. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Donkey Kong 64. I know that was controversial. A lot of people love the game, but at that point, Banjo was out. Banjo just took over. I do like Donkey Kong, especially the Donkey Kong Country games on the Super Nintendo. But this looks fun, man. I'm not gonna lie. This looks dope. I'm actually looking forward to playing this. And like you said, it's not a launch title, but it might as well be, right? Because it's gonna be out less than a month away. So
the next month, yeah.
Right. So what's your thoughts on this game?
Oh, it looks fire. Like it looks like again, like I don't have any more adjectives, bro. Like it looks fire. I mean, like it looks like because like I initially thought it was a Banjo game as well, especially like with some of the enemies, like with those eyes. I was like, yo, wait, hold on, bro. Is like I'm starting to promise myself things. Like it's like okay, right. But okay, you know what? Slight let down, but you know what? But it looks good though. But it looks like a good game. It looks like it's going to be a good game. So it's going to be a fun game. And it's like because Donkey Kong is like he's been kind of, I mean, I would say with the exclusion of Donkey Kong 64, like he's kind of been stuck in the 2D realm. So I'm like, it's good that like, okay, you can get a full 3D adventure and things like that. So I mean, I'm all for it because like I was like definitely ones like every time I heard about Donkey Kong, it's like we're gonna remake this, we're gonna remake that, we're gonna remake this, we're gonna remake that. I'm like, where are the new games? So I'm like, where's the new Donkey Kong game? Like, so I'm glad that it finally came. And again, like I said, this is like Donkey Kong main character on Smash. So you gotta wait for everybody to have their new game. So I mean, so for your Smash fans, one step closer, like taking the new Smash.
All right, same here. I completely agree. Let's jump into this next one right here. Hyrule Warriors, man. So when I first saw this, initially, again, I didn't know what it was initially, but here we are, right? The brand new Hyrule game. People been going crazy online about this game. What's your thoughts on this, man? Because I know you're a big Zelda fan.
Yeah, I mean, like it looks fire. Like it looks like it's going to be fun. I know a lot of people are going to get mad or get confused because like they're going to realize like, yo, wait, hold on. Like, I mean, if you played Tears of the Kingdom, you would understand why. Because not because he wasn't there. So like yeah. So I mean, but. I would suspect maybe probably be like a DLC character or a hidden character or whatever. But he will but other than that, like it looks like it's going to be cool. The Hyrule Warriors like is a franchise they've been doing on series games. So it's like it. So I mean, I'm looking forward to like seeing how they're going to like develop the story in this game and to like infer further the story of Tears of the Kingdom, because like the thing about the Zelda games, like I said, those are complete games. You're not really getting too much DLC or extra story from that. So I mean, outside of games like this, so I mean. Like so, this might be the last chance to ever get any type of like a story out of Tears of the Kingdom. So I mean, so if you're a fan of Tears of the Kingdom, like I would assume that you'd be ready to get this game.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. So one of the things I want to showcase, man, just again, it's me being petty, man. Like Microsoft, Sony, get it together, man. Like. They are styling on you right now. These are the launch games for the Nintendo Switch 2. These are the launch games right here. Let me zoom in and see. So we have Arcade Archives, aka Ridge Racer. That's being brought back. We have Bravely Default, a remaster. People was going crazy about that online. Civ 7 Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Cyberpunk comes to the Switch 2 at launch. Deltarune, again, people's going insane about that. I've never played that, so I can't speak on it, but people's going crazy online.
Yeah,
Fast Fusion, Racer, Fortnite, of course. But Fortnite is going to look and run a lot smoother, so that's now an option to play handheld. A lot of kids love Fortnite. Kunitsu Gami Path of Goddess. The Hitman game is a launch title. Hogwarts Legacy, of course, Mario Kart World. The Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, which we'll get to in a second, should just be bundled in with the console. But hey, Kubaga's Ambition Awakening Complete Edition, the new Tetris joint, Rune Factory, Street Fighter 6, Survival Kid, Split Fiction. And both Zelda games are launch titles. And then, of course, Yakuza. So what do you think of that for a launch lineup? We thought it was going to be like 2 or 3 games. Remember, then the 64 launched with, 2 games like in America?
Yeah. My Mario Kart and Super Nintendo, sorry, in Mario 64.
Right. So like
No, wait, no. Mario Kart wasn't a launch title. If I think Mario Kart, it came
64 and
a little bit later, but Mario 64.
Wings. Pilot Wings 64, which nobody bought. It's just Mario 64 basically.
Yeah.
But now we're talking about. So now we're talking about obviously Mario Kart World. Everybody's getting, but there's something for everybody to get a second game on launch day.
This is insane. Like, this is insane. Like, honestly, like this, like, it's like you would think, like, especially as a gamer, like, it's like, okay, like, oh, I love all types of different games like this. This is too much. Like this is because this is something for everyone. If you want the strategy games, you're gonna play Civ 7. You want the fantasy games, you're gonna play Hogwarts. You know, like you want the like the racing games, you're gonna get Mario Kart. You know, like you want the fighting games, you're gonna get Street Fighter. Like you want the RPG games, you're gonna get like you're gonna go back into like the Legend of Zelda. You want the co-op games, you're gonna get Split Fiction, stuff like that. There's like, but if you like all of that, like I do, they're gonna be fighting. You're gonna be for screen time. Like it's like there's not enough hours in the day like to play all of this. So it's like I mean it's good. I mean it's a good problem to have, but it's a problem nonetheless because and then you like the new Donkey Kong games coming out kind of a month later. The new Kirby game is coming out a month after that, and then by the time the Kirby game comes out, you're a month on the way from like then it's the fall. So then. Excuse me, which means like the new Madden is coming out. The new EA FC games are coming out. Then you're going into a deep fall, like the holiday season. Like the new Pokemon games are coming out. The Metroid game is gonna come out soon. Yeah. I'm like, this is a lot. Like I said, they came out spraying. They was like, look, we don't want to make sure that everybody has something to play, and like I said, like it's going to be a crazy summer. I'm like people, like I can see it now. There's either going to be nobody's going to be outside this summer. Like they're going to be on these games, man. Like it's like this is going to be crazy, man. There's like so many games coming out. Like this is how you launch a title. Like this is how you launch a new system with
absolutely.
Choices on choices. So there's nothing, and then they got more things coming down in the pipeline. Like, so we know about games as far as 2026 so far.
Right.
So I mean, it's like, so this is how you launch a new console, right? This is how you launch a new console.
Yeah, and
man, it's gonna be crazy.
And then there's games, like I said, potential smash. Like I said, we both think it's coming eventually. We don't need a date yet. The 3D Mario game, it might be next year, but might not. But we know it's coming eventually.
It's coming.
We know there's, as always, and then you got the new Luigi Mansion. You know, you got I'm sure they're gonna have the sequel to Princess Peach Showtime. There's a ton of games that sell like crazy. We know there's going to be a new 2D Mario game. They're probably going to do the sequel to Mario Wonder. So like there's a bunch of games that is going to sell millions and millions of copies that we don't even need announcements for this year or next year, because there's more than enough.
You know what I think? Like, especially because they kind of briefly showed like the game in the trailer. Like, I think a new Animal Crossing game is imminent. Like, I think that is imminent, because it's like because they did show somebody playing in, like when they were showcasing the game chat feature. Somebody was playing Animal Crossing. I don't think that's like oh well, it's just random. Like let's just throw on a game. I think that game is imminent. And it's like it's going to be, because especially like I said, New Horizons was amazing. Like New Horizons got people through the pandemic. I know that The Last of Us Part 2 won game of the year for that year, and everybody thought that it should have been Ghost of Tsushima, which it should have been. But the actual game of the year that year was Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
So, and Nintendo said that they were going to support it for 3 years. It's been 5 years since that game came out. It's time for a new a new Animal Crossing game. Like I think that game is probably going to get announced probably around the holiday, and it'll probably be out by next spring. I think that is what I think. I mean, obviously, I don't know. This is not breaking news. It's not like we know the leak stuff. But I mean, this is pure unadulterated speculation. But I think that I'd be surprised if it's not even at least announced within the next year. I think it's coming soon. I think it's coming soon.
It's gonna happen. And then all these games we mentioned this year, next year, we know, and we didn't even mention nor talk about the fact that we know Call of Duty is coming to the Switch. Xbox already announced it. We know that's happening.
Yeah.
Take-Two talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 can support games for all for basically not just kids. So hint that's referencing Grand Theft Auto.
GTA is coming.
Yeah, so that's referencing that. So it's like
Red Dead, and Red Dead probably is too. That's where I'm actually surprised that Red Dead wasn't a launch title for that. But but it's coming. But it's coming.
A Cyberpunk, a game that people in our own audience was like they don't think that the Switch would be able to support that game. That's coming at launch.
I mean, to be fair, the PS4 and Xbox couldn't support it port either. So I mean, to be fair, I mean, I don't know if you remember that long.
I do. I do.
PS4 couldn't support it either. So
I mean, I'm just hyped because there's so many times where a game would come out on the Switch that I was like, I wish I could just buy it for the Switch. It just didn't. It wasn't plausible, right? We literally laughed about for a half hour when MK1 dropped on the Switch, right? And I was like, unplayable.
Oh, yeah.
So I think, but now they could drop that on the Switch too.
I think that part that point in time right there is when Nintendo saw that and it was like, yo, we're a lot laughing stock when it comes to a system. We are I think they were deeply embarrassed by what they put out, and it's like, yo, you know what? I think it's time to hey, we can't just ignore graphical capability anymore. I think that was the turning point. I think if there was if there's any place where you could point to and say, hey, what's the motivation for these new graphics and this new power for the system? I think it's that. I think it's Mortal Kombat, because that game looked horrific and not in the way it was supposed to be. That game looked like my 5-year-old created it. So it's so it's I don't understand it. I don't understand how they could. Somebody looked at that and said, "Oh yeah, ship it." I mean, I think that's the turning point right there. I think that's the turning point.
So last but not least, man, before we get out of here, I want to get your thoughts just on one more time. I don't know if with your internet, if you saw when I kind of broke down the pricing of stuff.
Right.
So we got the camera, which can support not only game chat, but also, games like Mario Party. Your face will appear in the game and stuff like that. It also will work with Mario Kart. That was confirmed. The camera is $50, but the cool part is, which I didn't even know, you can use your own USB-C camera if you have it. So you don't need to have your camera.
See, now this is what I'm talking about, because it's wild, because you would think, because especially with Nintendo, they love proprietary everything,
right?
So because I saw it even on the direct, they were saying that they use like, yo, if you got SD cards from the Switch 1, it ain't gonna work on the Switch 2. I'm like, so like that's how proprietary they are. But I mean, the fact that you can use your own camera if you got it, I think that's probably why it's so cheap. Like now that makes sense as to why it's so cheap. Like, look, you can just because I figure like let's just get ahead of the curve, because somebody was going to, like, if it didn't, somebody was going to hack it to do it anyway. So I mean, you might as well just get ahead of it and like just let people do it. But I mean, that's super cool. I'm like, because I was definitely gonna get that, because like that reminded me of the Kinect. So I'm like,
it did.
Like, to be honest, like, because I guess I'm in one of the minority who actually enjoy the Kinect. I don't understand why people hated it. I mean, it made games better. I mean, like fully you didn't need a controller to play certain games. Like, I was a big fan of the Tiger Woods golf series. I never used a controller. I played that game for hundreds hours, maybe thousands hours. Never picked up a controller. Like never picked up a controller. I mean, like it was so much fun. Like just like sitting there just swinging like by myself. Like it's I never understood like the hate like that the Kinect got. But
so
it is.
This was something I was curious on. What do you remember what the Pro Controller cost when it first launched for the Switch 1? Because I saw people bugging out that this was $80, but I feel like it was around like 60, 70 for the Switch 1.
I think it was more. I thought it was more. I thought it was about. I mean, like again, like this is me, like just really just trying to remember. But I thought it was like 90. I thought it was the same price as like I thought it was like a little bit more than the Joy-Cons. But it seems like they switch now. So switched. Like because like I think it's the first time where the Pro controllers actually cost less than the standard controller.
Right, which is crazy because they're $90.
Yeah, $90. I'm like, fam. I'm like, look, I tell you like what, like there better not be now one drift on that. I tell you that much, man. Because I mean, I can still see like Nintendo's logic, because technically these pair of Joy-Cons are technically two controllers.
Right.
45. I mean, but still, like not $90 is a hard pill to swallow. Like I mean, it's still
35. Straps fine. The wheels for like Mario Kart racing games, 20 for a set of 2, which I feel like that's a steal, because if that's your thing and you use it for Mario Kart, $10 a piece, that's more than fair.
Like that's like, I mean, like
do you have a second dock?
It like obviously they have this like something happen. I think I lost you for a
okay, yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I think yeah.
All right, cool. Like so
man.
So man, like, just go ahead.
You didn't miss anything. I just kept saying like, why would I need a second dock?
I got you.
No, I was saying like the whole time I was basically saying what I need is that second dock. So I mean, like it's
so But yeah, man, yo, so that's what we got. Yo, Tokyo Swift, we're gonna pick this back up next week. Wave, be on the lookout for a video that we're gonna put out with Wave's thoughts as well. We're gonna kind of get more in depth to everything announced with the Switch 2 now that we have it. But yeah, man, like I remember we announced when they announced the Direct, who's like it's 2 months away, and now we're 2 months away from having our hands on the Switch 2. I'm excited for it. I'm sure I know Tokyo Swift is. I know Wave is as well. But we'll be back next week. Tokyo Swift, last thoughts on the Switch 2, man. Now that we know what it is.
It's insane. Like it's like it's an instant day one cop, man. Like it's like I don't like especially like if you a gamer, if like I mean like they didn't go OD with with the price. Like I said, they didn't like they saw the backlash that Sony got, especially here in Japan. They saw the backlash that Sony got. Like people are tripping over PS5 Pros, like in these stores. Like there's so many of them. Like you can like they're not selling. They are not selling. So that right there is telling like the gaming world. Like I know it's trending towards like or more expensive. Like I like here comes Nintendo. It's like nah, man, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
Right.
So it's like so yeah. I mean, and I'm glad because it's like it's not worth like no console is worth that much money because if that's PC territory. Just buy PC at that point.
Absolutely. But we'll pick this up that next week. We out. Peace.